How about this time? Maybe this time? Hello, happy freaking, what is happening with my hair? Happy freaking Thursday. I think we're live. I hope we're live. YouTube is inconclusive in telling me if we are live. It says I'm waiting, but it also is telling me that I'm live. I think we did it. I think officially, maybe, replay. Oh, okay. No, I see it. I'm hearing myself right now. Can you hear that? I hope not. That would be so annoying if it was also like making you listen to me. Horrible. I think we're good. I think we're good. Oh, yes, we're live. Thank you, Mark, for rescuing me. Do I sound different? I hope I sound at least a little different because we have a new microphone, people. I can't get my hair to do anything that I want. Stream is gonna look and sound a little bit different from here on out. I got a brand new to me microphone. This was my trusty Yeti Nano. I love this thing dearly. I got this thing just for fun, just to sound good in a Discord when I was upgrading my PC on a whim. And I love this thing dearly. But it needed a couple upgrades, okay? It needed a couple upgrades. The biggest one is that I needed a pop filter because I talk with gusto and there's a lot of wind that comes out of me. And so it was just so much. It was so much. And so another thing that would have helped a lot is a, oh my God, what's it called? Not a suspension. That's the thing that goes in a car. Regardless, it is a thing that keeps the microphone not like screwed in, connected to the thing so that the sound of like my desk doesn't come through quite as hard. And so this microphone, this very fabulous Fifine K688 is our new stream microphone. It has a built-in pop filter. I'm not gonna mess with it right now because that'll be very loud and very uncomfortable. And it has built-in suspension. So it helps with the little desk noises not being nearly as bad, which I was hearing a lot as I was listening back to the footage of our Resident Evil playthroughs. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that you had to put up with that. So anyway, new microphone. It also means I'm going to be messing with mic settings again in the near future. So that'll be fun. It might be. It might just be the same exact microphone. Maybe. So it's here. It's here today. It's here with us today. And yeah, I think I already like it a lot. It is a USB and XLR output, so this thing can grow with me as I move into like actual big girl mixers and not just being USB. All my stuff's USB. Listen, it was a great recommendation. So great that I also picked one up. But yeah, so now I have this wonderful Blue Yeti Nano that I think I might actually start to use in some recorded videos that I don't do live. I feel like because I want to keep this one set up, I feel like I'll be able to take this one and kind of like do this thing, right? And like talk into it and do some videos. And I think that that'll make for some really interesting recordings, right? So looking forward to that. Look forward to that in the near future. Forgot to buy an arm. Here, this won't even be that loud because it's suspended. If I had done that with the Yeti, oh, sorry, that was maybe a little loud. If I had done that with a Yeti Nano, that would have been so loud. You would have like felt the scratching of the metal against itself. Whole crazy thing. Anyway, yeah, so I'm feeling pretty good about that. Is the other one better for talking into that way? So you have to recognize the pickup patterns for microphones. For this microphone, the pickup pattern is a cone coming out of the end of it. For the pickup pattern on the Yeti Nano, it's not pickup pattern cone, it's pickup pattern here, like out the front of it, right? So you talk into it like this. So on the arm, I would have it kind of posted up like this. Ideally, what you want to do to not get a lot of the plosives, which is like the p, t, b, d, like a lot of p, plosives, is you don't want to talk directly into the microphone because now when I say my P's and D's and T's and things like that. It's going to go directly into the front of it. And it like has these unpleasant resonances and other things like that. So you want to talk into it at a 45-degree angle where I can and it doesn't even matter. Like you guys just hear the words. You don't get like the wind rushing into it. That was difficult to do with this thing because it didn't have a suspension. So I lost a degree of articulation that this thing does give me. So I can actually point it at like a pleasant angle. So that, yeah, I'm stoked. I'm nerding out a little bit. Don't mind me. And yes, Mark, I am getting married this weekend, which is why today is going to be a shorter stream than usual. Today I'm like, I'm topping out at an hour because Margot and I are going to go have one last date as not wives. And then our family comes into town tomorrow night. It's going to be a whole thing. Well, I mean, her family comes into town tomorrow night. Mine lives in Paso, which is like not that far away from here. I just doxed them. Fuck me. It's a big city. But like, it's not too far from where we live. So they're like always in town. But yeah, we're really excited. Like all of our vendors are ready to go. We're picking up dresses tomorrow. We're getting our nails done tomorrow. I have an appointment with my hairstylist on Saturday. Like, it's all coming together. It's all crazy. So it's great. It's great. I'm really excited. And I added a light. I added a light to the stream room. Not nearly as impactful as getting married. But an important topic nonetheless. It's this crazy like blue purpley thing behind me. But no, truly, I am so excited for tomorrow. A lot of my coworkers were like excited for me, with me, because I'm not gonna be at work on Friday or on Monday. I've got my out of office reply set up, baby. Let's go. My Outlook life people know exactly what I'm talking about. You gotta get that automatic reply on deck. You gotta get it set up, otherwise people are gonna be like, hello. So I am very excited. I know that this is a little bit, I feel like I'm tempting the universe when I say this, but really truly, I believe that there's nothing that can make this weekend not awesome. Because we only have 2 vendors. So it's not even like we have to coordinate a bunch of people, right? We have our photographer and we have the venue, and our venue is also our caterer, is also our like freaking everything. So like, let's say when the restaurant got their order of food in from the delivery trucks and all the fish was rotten, like, okay, we'll pivot. We'll get different entrees for everyone. We'll make it happen. Oh, the photographer's sick? That's fine. We all have cell phones. So Borden has a mission now. BBiv coming in to figure out how to make it suck. No, it would be tough though, because like, you know, to boil it down, like, listen, we're there to sign a piece of paper and not a lot can get in the way of signing the piece of paper. And we're there to have an amazing time with the people that we love. And like, we could do that with a bunch of Taco Bell, you know, like neither Margot nor I are particularly materialistic people. And neither of us are like, I mean, don't get me wrong, I am a little bit of a control freak, but like, you know, we know what we're there for and what matters, and we're on the same page. So it's gonna be, you know what will ruin it? You're gonna say redacted. You're gonna say I object. There you go. Now you gotta duel one of us to the death for the other. I don't know. I don't know how it works. I assume there's dueling involved. I'm making an assumption. You're gonna show up in full Shadow the Hedgehog cosplay? See, you fool, that would make it even more epic. It would only add to how amazing the weekend was. Oh my God. See, and also, I know that that's an empty threat, because if you had a full Shadow the Hedgehog cosplay, Saturday is not the first day I'd be seeing it. You think I don't know you? Think I can't see straight through you and your empty threats? Listen, what can I say? I've been around the block. Oh, see, that wasn't even that loud. That's crazy. Oh man. Oh, Mark, how the heck have you been? How was your Papa John's last week? I was thinking about your pizza because I got Domino's the other day because we don't have a Papa John's near us. And I was just thinking, like, I know Margot and I, our usual order when we're getting Domino's is we want to get like probably 3 pizzas at a minimum because we each want to like make our own pizza and then we want to share one, right? And we're going to share slices like the entire time, but we want like she doesn't eat meat, right? So I'll do one with like some pepperoni on it, and then she loves banana peppers, and I don't mind them, but I'm not crazy for them. So then she'll get a pizza that's got like a bunch of banana peppers and like all sorts of crazy stuff on it. I like mine with extra cheese, she doesn't. And then we'll get like a Hawaiian pizza to share. Hot take, I know I just lost half of you for saying that I like a Hawaiian pizza, but it's true, what can I say? Life's too short to be miserable. Listen, I agree, and I feel incredibly lucky. I was talking to my coworker, who is also going to be our officiant tomorrow, or Saturday. Oh my God, I've jumped in time a whole day forward because I'm so excited. And she was saying how like happy for us that she is because, and these are the words that she used, because I talk about Margot like she's the moon and the sun, and she looks at me like I'm the moon and the sun. Bitch, I'm melting, and she's our officiant. Oh, yeah, and I don't think that she's wrong. So like, I feel so lucky because I know that like that can't be taken for granted, you know? Like, don't get me wrong. I have a difficult time imagining what my life would be like without her. And also I recognize that like, it's not for granted. It's not a given. And I am so grateful, full of gratitude. Yeah, full of gratitude. Anyway, I'll stop I'll stop being sappy in the middle of the stream and I'll keep the good times rolling. Oh, Mark, you're too sweet. Thank you. Oh, Beeviv, thank you. Yeah, because you've met Margot, right? You must have. No, you have. We've been in the same building multiple times. I know this. I know that you've been in the same building multiple times, but I don't think I've been like a part of a conversation that included both of you. Have I? Oh no. But no, gosh, my parents have liked Margot like from the start. Yeah, like Margot and I started dating like just like 6 months before COVID. Enough, but TBH, I don't know her super well. Yeah. I mean, no one knows her like I do. You know what I'm saying? But wait, that made it sound sexual. No, my B, Margot, if you're watching, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it like that. No, she's great. She really is great. Yeah, you'll have plenty of time to have more conversations with her. She's stuck with me now. So no, we started dating just a little bit before COVID, and my parents are in the same city as we were at the time that COVID really hit. I cannot figure out my hair in this camera. I get so tripped up by like the mirrored, not mirrored thing. It's insane. Ugh. She's so nice and chill. She is in fact so nice and chill. So nice and chill. Easy. Yeah, she's incredibly nice and chill. And my ex, my parents were not a big fan of, but Margot, like, gosh, like the first day, they just were like so excited to have her like in their house, and they were always asking if we were gonna come back, and just like so instantly they just wanted to be involved. Like, it was COVID, you know, like, it's crazy. It was crazy times, and no one knows what's going on, and everyone's anxious and freaked out, and suddenly, like, you know, you can't spend enough time with somebody, and it was really nice to feel like I could leave them alone together at the table while I, like, went and got another helping on my plate or something, and that they could, like, have a conversation, and then I could come back and the room wasn't, like, tense and silent. And it just, like, those are the kinds of things that, like, were really early signs to me that, like, it was gonna be good. It was gonna be great, even, because, like, the people that were most important to me could all be in a room together without me being there to, like, facilitate it. And that was awesome. And also, we had a lot of mutual friends in college, and so they were also happy that, like, we started dating, and that's also a great sign. When your friends in common are like, oh, hell yeah, and not like, are you sure? Are you so sure? So, you know, like, it feels good. It feels good to have the people that matter to you, like, get along. Yeah, it's like, it's a cool feeling. And now, part of that, I will say, is that I feel like my community, the number of people in my life, is both small and large. I have that classic problem of, like, calling everyone my friend. Oh, we had a pleasant conversation and we both work at the same company. That is my friend. But Margot does not operate like that. Like, she has people that she works with that she really likes working with and enjoys their company, but she would not call them her friends, right? But I'm that social butterfly that's like, oh, we had, like, 2 good interactions. Oh, that's my friend. Margot, come meet my friend. And so, like, in that sense, my community is very large because I, like, know a lot of people and I would consider us friends. However, I would say that the people that, like, I interact with deeply and consistently, I feel like is kind of small. And so, like, it's easy for me to have the important people in my life get along because there aren't that many of them. My family's tiny. I don't really have extended family. My family tree is like a little Charlie Brown Christmas tree. It's not that big. And so, like, it's not like there's weird cousin feuds. It's not like there's weird stuff like that. And even if there is, like, it doesn't go that wide because there's just not that many people. So I'm really excited to have, both of our parents have met before. They've met, they've had dinner, they've talked. It's great. But I'm excited to, like, have the people that are important to Margot come meet the people that are important to me. And, like, she's already met so many of them because I have home court advantage. We are continuing to live in the city that I grew up in. So, like, you know, that helps. But yeah, I'm really freaking stoked for this weekend. And I feel simultaneously, like, self-aware and self-conscious of the fact that, like, this is the only thing that I can think about and talk about. And also, I kind of don't care. There are 2 wolves inside of me. One of them cringes and the other one is gonna kill the part that cringes. Yeah, you know, like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? I don't know. I'll never know. I'll never claim to have those answers, man. What does even one do? Oh, heavens. Wow. I had to be very brave and start up the YouTube stream using, I couldn't use just, like, my preset. I have my, like, when you stream on YouTube, it saves, like, the settings from your last couple streams. Like, does it auto start? Are you allowing the chat replay? Are you doing the chat highlights? Like, all those, like, weird little settings, right? Not necessarily, like, your bit rate or, like, if you're streaming in 1080p, et cetera, et cetera. Like, it like, those things I think are pretty standard, but, like, do you want slow mode in your chat? Like all these things, right? And so I tend to just reuse the settings from the last stream. I just like click that button every time. I just like pick my last stream and I reuse those settings. And I do that for like every stream. But today I am not doing a gaming stream, so I couldn't reuse the last settings because there's also tags. And like whenever I change games, I have to change the tags to hopefully help it be more findable. It's crazy. So today, I think I set the category as people and blogs instead of games. So it didn't ask me for a game that we're playing tonight because we're just hanging out. We're just hanging out. We're having a good time, listening to some music because it is a short stream because we're going to go grab delicious seafood before the restaurants close. So we're doing just a little itty bitty baby stream today. We're keeping the vibes up, we're keeping it moving, and that's why I said short stream, best stream. There's no downtime. It's nothing but the best moments for the whole stream. You know what I'm saying? Except for the times when I have to drink water. And that's because when you talk too much, your mouth gets dry. And like, oh my gosh, I was talking to Margot the other day. We talk on our drive home often. And as I was talking, I was like sharing a story, and I could tell that she was at home doing some homework. And I was telling my story, and I felt myself starting to slip into my streamer mode and like my streamer rhythms, because like she would give me like a at about the same pace that chat sometimes does. And so I felt myself pulling into my streamer rhythms of like telling a chunk of story, giving it a beat, telling another chunk of story, and like giving a little embellishment, waiting for the reaction. Okay, sick, keep it going. And I because it was less of a conversation, more like me telling a fun work story. But yeah, no, we have such good seafood around here, man. Like absolutely perks of living in a beach town. 1000%. I cannot recommend enough going and living in a beach town because the seafood is amazing. And I say that as a person who did not grow up with a love of seafood. I didn't grow up with like any sort of like seafood boils. I didn't grow up eating oysters. I'm not nearly rich enough for that. But like, man, oh man, now that like seafood is a much larger part of mine and Margot's diet because she's pescatarian. So think of it like vegetarian, but you add fish. Okay, so that's pescatarian. It's not like hardcore vegan or anything because we eat fish and they were, counterintuitively alive at one point. And so we eat a lot of seafood. She loves shrimp. I'm so on shrimp. I don't mind them. They're not my favorite, but I don't mind them. No, like I love like a fish taco. I love salmon, the good salmon, but I am picky when it comes to sushi. Sushi, I feel like you can get in just like a ton of places around here, but like the problem is that it's so popular that you can get not great sushi really easily. Getting good sushi is a lot harder. And so with that, like Vaughn's Sushi, all the Vaughns near us have a bunch of sushi. Laura's here. Welcome in. It's so lovely to see you. New profile pic for Laura. Oh, Mark, we've cycled back. We've cycled back to a classic profile pic. B-Biv, I don't think I've seen you change your profile pic here on YouTube. But everybody else, I love the new profile pics. I love to see it. It's always lovely to see your face again, Mark. I'm gonna pull up Laura's a little bit closer so that I can see it. Oh, come closer so that I can see you with my tired old eyes. Oh, lovely. Oh, I love those glasses. Are those transition lenses or are they just like that? When I was growing up, I had all of my glasses be transition lenses. All of them. Because listen, I was a kid on the move. I had places to be, people to see. Didn't have time to swap out glasses from ones that I can see with and ones that I can use in the sun. Sushi? Mark's never had sushi? Oh my gosh. Okay. Bad sushi is everywhere. But great sushi is hard to find. It doesn't have to be the most expensive. These are my current glasses. I can't see now because I typically wear contacts as well. But if you notice, my prescription is crazy. Like look at this nonsense. Oh my gosh. That's because my prescription is +4 +7.5. Can you imagine? It's like 2 times the prescription on one eye than the other. It's crazy. Anyway, so I wear contacts for most of my life. transition lenses, dude, I freaking loved transition lenses. I feel like they've gotten even better over time. Like the formula that they use for like the molecules that change, like I just feel like they've gotten so much better over time. I look so cute. Like, thank you. Thank you. I want to bring them out more often, but here's my main issue. Are you ready? When I'm playing video games for you guys and I'm looking at my main monitor, see, like I don't mind my glasses. If I'm wearing my glasses and like talking to the camera, like it's funny to have like one huge eye, one big eye, but the problem comes when I'm looking at my main monitor. Do you see the problem? It looks crazy. I wish I could say that I looked like a cartoon. I look like something far worse. My, like this section right here, because you can like see my eye here, but then it's like big. This is like a like, anyway, you get the picture. You get the picture. I am not a huge fan of how webcam to the side makes me look in my glasses, but webcam straight on, I can get into it. In fact, I saw a little behind the scenes picture of somebody that's a streamer. Your eyes disappeared. Oh, it's crazy. I saw a behind the scenes picture of somebody in their stream setup, and I saw that they had their two monitors side by side, right? So two monitors. Their camera was in the middle. Their camera was in the middle in between the two monitors. And I thought that was freaking genius because I can't figure out how to have my webcam not up above me like it's 2004 on MySpace, right? And I like this angle. I didn't like it as much when it was like peering over me, like you just got a lot of my eyebrows, you know what I'm saying? And like as expressive as they are when I'm concentrating on Overwatch, like they just go, oh, like it was a lot of that view, and I just feel like that isn't nearly as fun. So this one I felt like was better because it gave like a interesting like profile, like a little off to the side. I felt like that was better for while I was playing games. But the thing is that if I could figure out how to get this set up, and you can see my setup in the corner. I have one monitor landscape, one monitor portrait. The freaking webcam is up on top of the portrait monitor because I have like OBS on top, Discord on the bottom, sometimes Windows Media Player on the bottom, and I have the main things happening on the main monitor, and it works great for me. But if I could figure out how to get my webcam in between the monitors so that it was like looking at me, I'd be interested in trying to figure that out. But that's even more money that I am not willing to spend. Because the real catalyst for the new look of stream was the fact that I won a $50 Amazon gift card. I did. I won a $50 Amazon gift card. I know that you're not a Christian. You need your own reality TV show on MTV. They're not going to be doing music videos anymore, man. How messed up is that, dude? Ugh. I would pray for you. I'd do it. I grew up Christian. I'm not currently Christian. Not practicing, at least. At the very least. But yeah, no, I'll keep you in my thoughts and prayers and whatever I believe the universe to be. Absolutely. I'll send good stuff your way. Yeah, absolutely. You're welcome to share if you'd like to. And also, you don't have to. You can just know that I'll be thinking about you, including this weekend. Because yeah, absolutely. I hope that it is things that are out of your control no longer bring the anxiety or the pain that they are. And I hope that the things that are in your control start to go a little bit better. Absolutely. 1000%. 1000%. Yeah, absolutely. Because man, oh man, like it really do be getting crazy out there. Like all over in like a bad way. Like it's been not good. Like straight up not having a good time for pretty much everywhere. And like as Americans, we are finally getting a taste of that. But also, as it's been getting bad over here, I feel like I just have been hearing that it's been getting crazier everywhere else. And like, maybe not necessarily worse in terms of like trajectory or vector, but like worse as in like kind of the immediate conditions. And like, ugh, that's tough. Like, I wish that I could do more. I wish that I could do more. And like, I feel like so many people do wish that they could do more, and they're like, oh, well, I wish that I could do more. And I don't know how to not be that person. I find little opportunities and I try to take them. I need to move out from my parents. Oh, honey. Into strangers' arms. You gotta be careful with the strangers' arms, but oh gosh, that's so tough. No, that's way down low. I'm so sorry. Move out from your parents. Yeah, okay, listen, I am interacting with situations like yours pretty regularly in my professional capacity. I work at a community college here in the United States, and one of the things that's important to understand is that a lot of US students depend on something called financial aid to go to college. And it's not money that's given out of the kindness of anybody's hearts. God, I wish. It is state and federal and local funding sources that have a lot of strings attached for the school that takes them on. And one of the things that matters, oh, that's sweet. I'm really glad that she said that. That would have, I'm thinking back to when I was younger and I was also struggling with my relationship with my parents and how impactful something like that would have been if a stranger had said that to me. And I'm so glad that she gave you that and that she chose to like bring that warmth into your life, because I feel like it's so easy for it to not, you know, it's so easy for things to get twisted and it's just hard. It's hard to be a human, man. One of the things that's really important for a lot of those funding sources is a distinction between what's called a dependent and an independent student. And the requirements for what makes you a dependent versus an independent student. The most important one is being over the age of 24. Once you're over the age of 24, you're considered an independent student. If you're under the age of 24, you have to be married, have a kid, be in the military, be a veteran in the military, et cetera, et cetera. Like, there's very strict requirements. One of the things that can count, though, is being what's considered an unaccompanied homeless youth. And so I end up doing a lot of the conversations with students that are in these situations that require something called a professional judgment, where I can either take documentation from other essentially certifying officials, people that run homeless shelters or are the liaison for like a high school. And so like with all of that, it just means that like, if they have that documentation, it's like kind of easy for them, but if they don't, they have to talk to me, and I'm a stranger. And so I end up having a lot of those really hard conversations about just really heavy stuff that I feel weird about students like essentially having to being kind of their arm twisted into sharing with somebody. And so I try to do everything I can to make the sharing experience not horrible, not suck. I try. But yeah, I am thinking of a lot of my students as I hear you talk about that. Yeah. I'm thinking about you. Yeah. Oh, put me in your life. You're too sweet. No, I'm just here. I'm just doing my thing. I feel very lucky and fortunate and grateful that your warmth and your light has also been able to like be shared with the people that are also here, right? I think that that's important. I think that that's great. And I think that like, I absolutely believe in the adage of like, you can't put the gas mask on somebody if you haven't put it on for yourself. I absolutely see the value. I see the little nugget of truth in that, right? I see it, I get it. And that you have to be able to take care of yourself before you can take care of others. You can't pour from an empty cup. All of the, like, there's a lot of adages, there's a lot of colloquialism, there's a lot of that. And I think that there's a lot of truth to it. And also, I think that something that we have been removed from for a long time is remembering that community is not zero sum. What I mean by that is that by being in community with the people around you, typically physical spaces, historically physical spaces, but by being in community, by being there to support each other, by being there to connect with each other, human to human, that there is a synergistic, to use a business word, there's an additive, there's a multiplicative property to it where you suddenly have more than what you gave without necessarily somebody else giving more in return. The math doesn't work because it's not math. It's not transactional. There's a layer of fulfillment that comes from interacting with other people and helping other people that is fulfilling to yourself. And I think that it's so hard to remember that and engage with that. And I don't think that that's anybody's fault individually. I think it's a systems thing. I think it's huge. I think it's a global issue that people are struggling with this. And I think that it's not necessarily every individual person's responsibility to find ways to engage in community and do all those things. I think that you should. I think that it is good for you. But I'm not going to go so far as to say that it's people's obligations to go out of their way to find those things. But I do think that you will feel better as a person the more of those things you engage with. And tying it all back, I feel very lucky that I get to feel a fraction of that when I get to engage with you guys. I feel super lucky. I got an itty bitty chat. I get to read every single message. I feel like I am starting to know more about each of you in the same way that you would have a pen pal, right? I have never met any of you except for you, but that's only because I listen, as a very small internet person, a lot of the people that come through here are people that I know in my personal life that are being very kind and engaging with my content. It's very kind of them. But I do have strangers here, like Mark and Lara and Madav and Mick Thomas, and like people that I am so grateful to have met in a sense. That being said, gotta be careful about that parasocial. Gotta be careful about the parasocial, and that goes in two directions. I do have to be careful about that. Still figuring that part out. I haven't been doing this that long though, so I got time. I got time. We won't appear like that, Athena just described, until everything. Yeah, and I stopped helping and so much engaging. Yeah. No, I get it because it's rough. It's rough. And there is so much desperation in the world. There is so much calculation. There is so much that is not constructive, that is destructive. I was like, what's the antithesis of constructive? Destructive. There is so much of that. There's so many of these negative spirals. Typically they're called a positive feedback loop, in the sense that like the output of the system feeds back into the system and is additive, right? But also like there's so much, like those things can also spiral negatively, right? And I think that the most prominent example in my mind is stuff like housing. Yeah, it's stuff like housing, man, because like rent is crazy, right? And we all learned Economics 101. If you start paying the McDonald's employee more, the McDonald's hamburger is going to cost more because it costs more to make that hamburger, et cetera, et cetera. Without dipping back into my like 3 economics classes, it's both more simple and more complex than that. And in the same way that we were talking about community and there being a kind of additive, a kind of multiplicative effect in being able to give back to a community and how that will fulfill you, there is an economic sense of that as well when it's not money that's just going to people that are going to continue to hoard it. One of my professors used an analogy for money, and that money is a lot like water. Water is the most important thing for life, right? But water, when it stands still, becomes essentially toxic to humans because bacteria starts growing in it. Stagnant water is dangerous water. You start getting things like mosquitoes, you start getting things like parasites, start getting things like bacteria. Like it's no good. But you know what is safe water typically is going to be running water. Running water is water that is doing work. And that work is the good part. Money in motion is doing work. Money that is stagnant is not helping. It's dangerous. And so a squatter, city has it bad, man, people living in garages during winter. And I think that the important thing to remember is, and I had a little nugget of this earlier, right? Is that I think that it's important for an individual person to do what they can to help themselves in like the most positive way possible, but also recognizing that the largest contributing factor is systemic. It's out of our control. It's bigger than us, right? It's things like housing policy. It's things like funding to your homeless shelter. It's things like anti-homeless architecture. It's things like the cost of rent going up. It's things like the amount of houses that are being purchased by major corporations that become property managers instead of individual owners. It's things like the rising cost of bank loans. It's things like mortgage-backed securities in 2008. It's these larger things that shape the environment that we are in. And then from there, we can make choices. But the most impactful thing for situations, and I say this as a person who does not have a degree in public health, public safety. I say this as a person who does not have a degree in city planning. I say this as a person who does not have a degree in economic policy. I say this as a person who is not a social worker. I say this as a person who cares, and because I am lucky enough to have read the articles that I have read and listened to the voices that I have listened to and read the books that and been with the partner that I am with, who is currently getting a master's in social work and public administration, I am confident that the most impactful thing you can do for situations like squatters is to make sure that they have a roof over their head. There's lots of ways to do it. Not everything is one size fits all. Just because you have a homeless shelter doesn't mean that that's a dignified place for somebody to go. Doesn't mean that it's a safe place for somebody to go. My mom is an engineer, and she got involved with an organization for veterans who are struggling with houselessness. And so they have a large property that used to be a ranch that they have built a bunch of tiny homes on. And so she made the plans, the engineering plans for those tiny homes so that they can manufacture a bunch of them to get veterans off the street into houses. And then from there, they're able to access services like mental health, medical services. From there, they're able to, like do things like maintain their hygiene to be able to do things like get jobs, right? And bacteria. Okay, small tangent about bacteria. Let's see, is it by number or is it by mass? Hold on. More bacteria in you than you. The ratio. Okay, well, there's a huge number of bacterial cells in the body. Hold on, Scientific American. Okay, Scientific American, give me 1 second. Sure, I'll accept all the cookies. Oh, I need this link in Firefox so that I can share it with you. Hold on, stick with me! Stick with me! Jiggle, jiggle! I don't have my keys on me. Jingle, jingle! You can stick with me! You can do it! Okay. Post the link, take away the bookmarks, move over to React content. Easy peasy. This is my favorite part of Firefox. Shabam! You'll love to see it. Okay. Humans carry more bacterial cells than human ones. I was seeing that this one may be, like, the ratio might be slightly off. We compulsively wash our hand. All the bacteria living inside you would fill a half-gallon jug. There are 10 times more bacterial cells in your body than human ones. I've seen some contention around that number, seeing that it's like 1.3 to 1 instead of 10 to 1, but still, we are an ecosystem ourselves. We, just in our skin, and I'm so sorry if you're a person who is like weirded out by this, just in on our skin, there are things, there are mites that live there, and their job is to eat our dead skin cells that slough off of our body, and they live on our skin, and they're multicellular organisms, and we have some over by our eyelashes, and they're really important for maintaining our eyelash health because they help do things like get rid of bacteria because they're bigger than the bacteria. So yeah, look up like eyelash mites. Here, let me pull up eyelash mites. No, don't bring that up. Go away, go away. No. Shut down voice meter. Okay, did that ruin everything? No, we're still here. We're still here. Okay, give me my React content. We're going to do eyelash mites. Eyelash mites. Okay, so this is like an overgrowth. This is an infection of eyelash mites. Here they are. Oh wait, that was a really, okay, here we go. Gross human body facts. Eyelash mites. People have tiny little mites living in their eyelashes called Demodex folliculitis. These microscopic creatures live in hair follicles and pores of your face. They especially love eyelashes, where they feed on oils and dead skin cells. They're very important. They're very important. They're very important. And they're crazy. He's a soul mite. True. True. So, wish he was eating all of us out. Ayo. But photos of 2%, Laura, quick, plug it in. Also, if you have to go, do your thing. I love you. It's so good to see you. I'm so sorry that everything's so heavy right now. Freaking yeah, please continue to come here and just like have a safe little cozy time, have a good time, like take care of yourself, man. You deserve it. You deserve to be taken care of and to feel safe and good. And if I can be that place, freaking all the better, man, because I like having you here. So yeah, take care of yourself. If you don't get to charge your phone. Freaking love yourself. Yeah, and the most, circling back to things that help the community, man, oh man, something I saw time and time again as I was studying my kinesiology and public health degree, concentration in exercise science, but I still had to take those public health classes, man, is that a penny of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And I know I'm talking about British money real quick, but really, truly, the return on investment in being proactive about things like community health and personal health and all these things, it's so impactful. It's so much more impactful than trying to fix things as they happen. And I can't be passionate enough about that. I just can't. There's no way for me to be passionate enough about that and to scream it loud enough for people to hear. But yeah. Mark with the Twitch. Yeah, the savage jungle that is Twitch. Listen, I am open to the idea of streaming on YouTube and Twitch. I was actually thinking, there's things that I really like about streaming on YouTube. I've talked about them a lot. I really like the chat culture. The Brooklyn Plumber. Do they use cast iron or lead out there? I know that they use like a more outdated thing, a style of plumbing infrastructure, but I can't remember which one it is. I know that I've seen some TikToks though, from some New York plumbers. The biggest reason that I have not been eager to start streaming on Twitch is entirely because of the chat culture. I'm gonna be so for real. A couple content creators that I know that stream on multiple platforms, they talk about how like the ideal streamer chat interaction is a slightly adversarial one. And I think that it does make for good content. And also, I don't know that that's what I'm trying to do. You know, like I think that, and listen, I say this now as a freaking 3 viewer Andy, I think I want to have a space where we are all having a pleasant time. And I don't know how well adversarial fits with me. Naturally, I feel like don't get me wrong, I'm a strong cheese. I know what I am. Strong personality, strong cheese, but I don't know that adversarial is a way that I would describe myself. I think that I can be a staunch supporter of my positions, which can come off as adversarial if you have different ones than me. But oh yeah. Don't even really game. Hey, listen, secure the bag, I guess. Hey, listen, I'm also looking. I see them on the Twitters, on the Blue Skies, on the TikToks. I see them, and I'm looking. Disrespectfully, I'm looking. Thank you for your service, is what I say. Is what I say to those women. Absolutely. Twitch, yeah. So like, I don't know how well I fit in the Twitch ecosystem, which maybe is an argument for me to introduce myself into the ecosystem, and maybe there's people looking for communities like mine. Who's to say? But the first thing I gotta do is I gotta keep being consistent. I gotta put videos out, man. I gotta figure out how to get these videos out of the gosh dang editor and onto the gosh dang internet. And I'm torturing myself with perfectionism, and it's tough. It's tough. It's real tough, but we're figuring it out. We'll get there someday. I think I need to lower my standards, but it's such a hard pill to swallow, man. Such a hard pill to swallow. Chat, it is 7:15, just about 7:15. And I think that it is time for me to go get dinner with my girlfriend. Next week, I will have talked about dinner with somebody other than my girlfriend. Don't tell her. Yesterday, some blonde chick with double D's was trying to play Silent Hill. Oh yeah, dude, listen, if that's your income, I'm also worried about the Cash App. Listen, I am one of those people at work who's like, oh, you're requesting that I do a thing? I'm not, okay, listen, thank you so much for trusting me with that request. I can see why you would think that falls under my job description, especially from the perspective of this. I disagree. I'd love to sit down and work together to figure out who would be the best person to support you in this. And if it's me, I can't wait to work together. I am that person. I am that person at work. I am. I'll say that proudly. I am very protective of my job description. Oh man. Anyway, chat, thank you for being here. Thank you for being here all the time. Like I said, a short one tonight. Short one. We're gonna go through the top fans real quick. In fourth place, not even in the leaderboard, we got Stream Elements. Get booted, Stream Elements. We don't even need you here. Third place, thank you so freaking much for being here every week. I can't see how many points you have. I can see how many points you have. Oh, it's a 3-way tie at 75 points. That's crazy. crazy. That's crazy. Three-way tie. You three freaking rock. Lara, Mark, and Bibiv with the 75 points. Y'all freaking rock. Everyone, thank you so much for being here. I cannot wait to see you all next week. We have amazing, super fun plans to continue playing Final Fantasy VII. We may or may not have some Resident Evil plans coming up for maybe Halloween weekend tonight, that Thursday before Halloween. We'll see. I gotta see if somebody's willing to come over and do a collab with me. So we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, you all freaking rock. Please take care of yourselves. Have an amazing weekend. I will do my best to remember what I can of it, but that's why I bought a photographer. Have such an amazing night. You earned it. Take care of yourselves. Mwah.